Hi, we're back with episode 15 of the Virtual Lost Podcast. My name is Rar Velasquez. As always, I'm joined by my co-host, Julian. How are we doing, man?
Doing good, man. I mean, we had actually a really fun weekend this weekend. We got to go to Santa Monica for a little bit, huh?
Mm-hmm.
A little rest and relaxation, you know?
Yep. We went to that was my first time in Santa Monica, actually, for the city.
You know, it wasn't my first time in Santa Monica, but it was my first time at the pier. So so that was fun. I to be honest with you, it was a lot smaller than I thought it'd be. I don't know why. I think it's movies or something, but like I always imagine it being a lot bigger than it is. Like it was, I think, a Ferris wheel, a roller coaster, and then a couple of little carnival rides, you know?
Yeah, and an arcade and
the arcade was fun.
Yeah, the arcade was fun.
Yeah, they had Galaga, so I mean,
yeah, if you have Galaga, you're already
Galaga and skee ball, and then you're like, you know,
air hockey isn't also a necessity.
Exactly.
Dude, my middle finger got completely trashed.
Yeah, when I fucking destroyed you.
All right. I will say I got waxed. It was like 3-7. Oh my god. But
and we played for free. Don't forget.
Yeah, that was actually
really cool. A good Samaritan left a full game on the table. So I was like,
I know when you start getting ahead, I was like, oh God, please don't time out at like 3-4 or something. Yeah. But I wish it had at that point. If I would have known it would have gone 3-7. Oh my gosh.
God. Oh, no. And usually you're really good. I was surprised at how I was like sweeping you because you're actually really good at air hockey.
Yeah, I wanted the Galaga and the hammer machine. Yeah. I'll take the
you'll take the hammer machine. You got me on the hammer machine.
You lost to a guy who is borderline underweight in the hammer machine, so I don't know what to say.
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, it does say a lot. It is loud there for sure. But we had some interesting interactions with the locals there as well. I think. So this is a whole story. So to give you a little bit of context about me. So I love the Yard podcast, the new podcast from famous streamer Ludwig Ogren. And I love the show. And they were talking about how sometimes I don't know, they were talking specifically about LA. And this probably happens all over the place, but they were talking about their experiences with having people come up to them and just randomly like give them mixtapes and stuff like that, or like CDs of like general CDs of just trying to sell them CDs and try to get them to, or they insinuate that it's going to be free, but then they try to charge at the end, right? And I was listening to this podcast and I was like, oh, I'm going to LA this weekend. That'd be really funny if like something like that happens, but I didn't really think it would. And then, and of all places on the pier, I thought that would be, you know, I didn't think there, you know, I don't know, more like Hollywood Boulevard or something, but like just right on the pier, just like some guy just like came up to us and Robert handled it a lot better than me. Like I was, you can go into the actual interaction. I think the actual interaction, you have more detail than I do.
All right. That one, we were heading back from the end of the pier back towards the coast. And guy just hands us CDs. Yeah. And just like, he starts talking about how he has an upcoming concert with Snoop Dogg.
He was talking like he was going with Snoop Dogg later that day.
Yeah. And so naturally like, oh yeah, I'll check it out, you know, just saying nice cities.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, you want to donate?
Yeah.
And just like, immediately, I'm like, sorry, man. Sorry, that's not happening. Yeah.
And my dumbass was about to pay him. I would have paid him too. I didn't even have any money. I got lucky that I didn't have any cash on me, but I probably would have paid him. But I had my good friend Robert here.
The moment I said I wasn't going to donate, immediately looks like, goes straight face, just starts grabbing the CD out of Julian's hand first, and I just hand him mine because I was like, at that point, it's like, sir, I don't think you understand what a donation is. that means it's optional. If it's a transaction, different story.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That was just a weird experience. I don't know. That was like especially for me who had just like heard about the situation earlier. So I was like, oh wow, it's real. You know?
Oh yeah. Those kinds of things are really common. Yeah. But yeah. Moment he wanted some money for a CD.
When it comes to money, Robert's very clear about things.
I mean, if I want something, I'm gonna buy something. If I don't want it, you can have your product back.
You can have.
It's as simple as that.
Yeah, you can have your money back, or you can have your product back for sure.
Important thing was we were lucky.
We were lucky. That's
because
very true.
Right when we got off the freeway, I saw a carousel, and it was a logo I recognized. It was the Hypland logo and Hello Kitty. So immediately I'm just thinking like, I know these brands, but I don't know what the heck is happening like in this lot, because it was in a random lot.
Yeah, it was just a random empty lot.
And I was like, after the period, let's try to go check that out.
Yeah.
And my phone cellular was trash the whole time, so I tried looking up on Instagram, Twitter, and like I couldn't load anything.
Right.
And I forgot that I'm signed up for text notifications from the company. I think I got it for just because I like some of the drops.
Right.
And got a text like midway while we're on the pier saying that they're having a Hello Kitty carnival pop up for that weekend only, for the Saturday and Sunday. We are recording this podcast on Monday, so just give it a little bit of context.
Yeah.
And so immediately it's just like, you got to go there.
Yeah. Well, I gotta admit, I was skeptical at first. It was a little strange. I was like, because I had no background on like the brand or something, but I think you had purchased something from there before.
Yeah, they have really good stuff. The thing that I have from them is a t-shirt and I forget what the t-shirt is exactly, but I know I have a Killua hoodie that is tie-dye and it's really comfy.
Yeah.
Just high quality product and, support local businesses. When I say local, small businesses, I'm not from the area. But we go in, start going in line because, they have to have a certain amount of people in and out because of regulations.
It was small. It wasn't that big of a lot itself. So, yeah.
And immediately, the first thing we noticed was the music playing.
Yeah, it was really like for us, it was fun. But I mean, we noticed a lot of parents there with their kids who I think didn't really understand what was going on. To be fair, I wouldn't have understood what was going on either. I had the expert with me, so that's the only reason I knew anything. But yeah, these parents were taking their small children, and it was like 2000 to 2010s like hip hop, and it was like they weren't playing the clean versions of the songs.
Yeah, there's a good mix of people. There's like the people who clearly went there to go there.
Oh yeah,
just like,
and you could tell,
saw something interesting and decided to go. And then there were the parents who saw Hello Kitty and were like, "Hey, let's go take our kids there." And meanwhile, like Big Pun, Nelly, 50 Cent, Blow the Whistle playing in the background. It was a funny. That was just a funny thing that noticed.
Yeah. But we stayed firm. We weren't like one of the weak-willed people who dropped out halfway through the line. All right, we.
If it was as hot as it was in LA, I think I would have dropped out. It was like 15 degrees hotter in LA than it was in Santa Monica. Thankfully, we're on the coast. We were on the coast,
so there was a bit of a breeze at one point, right?
Yeah.
But it ended up being pretty fun. It was like cool. They had like little carnival games in there. Like, I mean, it wasn't really my thing, so this was more Robert's. But he bought what did you buy? I
bought a t-shirt, that pink tee. And I bought
it was like a striped shirt, right?
Bought these freaking sweats that are actually really comfy right now, dude. I might buy another pair because I'm very much a big fan of them. These things are really nice.
I thought you bought two pairs. I thought you bought that one.
No, I bought this pair. I was really contemplating between like the 4 pairs that they had. Yeah. Because there's like 3 black pairs and then there's one that's like pink, white tie-dye.
Yeah.
And I was really deciding between all of those. So I'm probably going to get another one, just deciding later on. But the cool thing was for the pop-up, that drop goes online on like the 15th, I believe, around that time. So it was just a bit of an early access, for the people.
Yeah. Yeah.
And us being, the young socialites we are, decided to stop by.
Well, we were basically influencers there, right? We might as well have been invited. Okay, this was too perfect. But yeah,
fun environment.
Yeah, we got to do that. We got to go to Little Tokyo for the first time. I was actually really hyped about that. I wish we would have been there earlier so we could have eaten there or something. I wish we would have waited a little bit to eat, and we could have eaten there. If I'm being
honest. Wish it wasn't as hot that day.
True. Also, yeah, and it was very crowded. So it was like you could like feel the COVID around.
Jesus.
No, but no, I mean, surprisingly, still quite a few people had masks on. So it wasn't like it was totally maskless or anything, but it was cool. We had the boba there was really good. I actually wanted to end up trying those, like, what did you have, star jellies or whatever?
Yeah, I didn't technically get boba since I got the star jellies instead, because it was like I like grapefruit, so it was a grapefruit star jelly like new drink. So I was like, I'll try it out. And
it looked good.
It was really good, really good. And before we leave the carnival, I just so I make it sure. Also, that people wore masks there, so it was actually a really nice environment. And you know, they also had like a little snack shop, you know, for
I really wanted the snow cones.
The snow cone actually did seem pretty good. Near the end,
I did really want the snow cone, but we were hungry, we were starving, so we ended up leaving to go eat.
But there is the upcoming Hello Kitty collab by Hypland, August 13th, selling at 9 a.m. Highly recommend. Most comfy sweats I've ever worn. The owner I briefly met, he seems like a really nice guy. So, you know, just support the business if you're interested.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, a little plug. Sure. You don't even have to sponsor it.
You could, though. No. That would be nice, though.
Hell no. Oh, man. Just some podcast that gets what?
When you put the preview of this on Instagram, tag it out for sure.
TikTok short, man.
Yeah, that's true.
No, but it was really fun. No, I really like buying his products. So it's a brand that his products and another Instagram shop, Project Mori, are the two that like they're my favorite ones to check out. And if I'm
it did really seem high quality. Like everything was high quality, you know, except for the fake Ferris wheel, which no one was getting on.
You probably needed a certification to allow people on the Ferris wheel. But if you are going to draw people in, having a carousel there is just, you know, it's smart. It's smart marketing. That's another thing. I respect him and his team behind him that, you know, decided to hold this.
Had the foresight. It was really cool. It was a really cool marketing like event or whatever. But yeah, that was funny to see that. And you can see the operator just chilling underneath the like there was a little section where you can kind of like chill underneath the Ferris wheel. And he was just chilling the whole time, like reading a book or something.
Dude, that man he was completely in the dark too. I had to point him out to you because he was just so
I didn't even notice him. Yeah. Oh my God, that's funny.
And then when I got back, had to go on the search for topics because, you know, normally during the weekend is when, you know, we amass some topics and we decided to filter through them.
Yeah.
And we did miss a monumental event.
What's that?
The Ariana Grande Fortnite concert.
Of course. Because if you don't know, I am a huge Ariana Grande stand. I on Twitter.
Also, it's stan. There is no D in stan. So, you know.
Shut up, bro. It's a joke. It's a joke. Leave me alone.
Have you never heard the Eminem song?
No, yeah. I thought it was Stan.
Yeah,
I said Stan.
You said stand.
Did I really?
You did.
It was
some JoJo shit. Oh, JoJo's having a new season. I forgot about that. Yeah, JoJo's I think it's like teaser announced for the upcoming one.
Is it Golden something, or that was the last one? No,
I think that was the last one. I don't know what the upcoming one is, but yeah, that was another thing. But for the Ariana one, I think neither of us play Fortnite.
I played Fortnite when it just came out, like 3 years ago. 3 years ago now that Fortnite came out. Or like not that it came out, but that it like it got popular. Yeah. Because Fortnite was out for way before it got popular, right? Because it had a different mode or something like that.
I forget. Oh yeah, it was like
it had a paid mode.
Single player.
Yeah, it was
the single player
paid mode.
Save the World, I think is what it was called. Or something like that.
That's crazy. Yeah, no one gave a fuck about it. I don't even know if they have that like available anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so. But the concert, looked it up. It was like a 15-minute concert. So I watched through it all. It seemed pretty interesting. I was very curious on how an in-game Fortnite concert would be, because I feel like, I
mean, they have done a couple others like Marshmello and was it
Travis
Scott? Do you know if this one worked a lot differently than the last ones?
I don't know how the previous ones were. That's why I was curious on this one. I want to see how they like operated, and then probably in the future I'm going to go back and see how the previous ones were.
From what I remember, because I did check, I didn't check it out. Like I wasn't in game or anything, but like I did like look it up a little bit, and it seemed like the other ones were like they had like virtual stages and stuff like that, and it was kind of like like that. But this one did seem like it had like whole different worlds and stuff like that, or like yeah, it was pretty cool.
It was pretty interesting watching because it was like there's like a 5-minute intro which goes from like snowboarding to like you're in a plane shooting a final boss kind of thing, and that was the intro. I was like, what the hell is happening? Like, is this sure this is a concert? And then you get sent to basically the beginning of the concert, and then Ariana drops in like a freaking teardrop, and then she becomes the person. And I think that was like, what the heck's happening? But Fortnite went out, and then the concert goes on, and it was actually some really cool scenes because you said it was like different worlds. That was one of the things that I thought was really cool. There was this one where you basically like follow her into a maze, and it's kind of like a photo or a drawing, Relativity by MC Escher, where it's like all the staircases and there's like no concept of gravity. It was like that, and like you're going through different portals, and then you're like from a side perspective viewing, Ariana as she continues on her singing shit. Her journey,
her odyssey.
Yeah, I thought it was really cool. Maybe next time I go in, re-download the game just to see a concert.
Just to see a concert, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's only like 15-20 minutes. Doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I wish I was getting in 15 to 20 minutes, but I'm not going to get for another month, is Doki Doki Literature Club.
Mm-hmm.
The physical release has been delayed for another month. Tragic.
Yeah.
Thank goodness I already bought it on PC. But
hey, man.
I foresaw this.
I avoided spoilers. Up to this point, I've still avoided spoilers, so I'm still fine with waiting till.
I think at this point, you're pretty safe from spoilers.
Yeah, I should be fine.
Yeah, you should be fine. Unless
someone DMs me
the DLC, like Reddit or something.
I left it for that period of time.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But like we always say, I think I honestly think this was due to like coronavirus related delivery delays. So I mean, it's understandable.
Yeah. Oh, completely fine.
Yeah.
I'm completely fine with it.
So, and I think what the edition we ordered was like the special Switch edition. So it comes with some extra stuff. So it's cool.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's cool. We're waiting for it. I think it comes with that that the club membership card that we were gonna try and get at AX so long ago.
Oh,
I think it comes with that. Yeah,
I remember that.
Where we were going to, but we got drunk instead.
Wait, was it the drunk instead, or was that the one where you had to make purchases? Oh, no. Yeah.
No, I think it's cool. We just chilled because we were like pretty tired from the first 2 days or something like that, which was honestly a good decision because we were like dead.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went. We actually had a really good final day, so it was good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was smart. If you ever go to AX and you actually want to go for like the full, how many is it? 4 days.
4 days.
Yeah, 4 days. You actually want to go the whole 4 days. Take a day off.
And, not to discourage people, but you will probably understand going the full 4 days is probably the first time thing. And then after that, you'll probably understand why we were saying like, take a day off or, go 1 or 2 days.
Yeah.
It's a much better experience. Understand what's happening each day. Look up what days you want to go and then go on those days.
True. That's actually a really good idea. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But I mean, for your first time, you're probably going to make mistakes.
Yeah.
You're like, we're going to go to everything. We're going to go to the night events.
Oh, yeah. I never even went to a night event.
No.
I'm still bummed. One of my friends who I always saw go over there went to Love. Is it Love Live or Love Live? I'm assuming Love Live, given its concerts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I was like, dang. I should have gone to that. I know nothing about Love Live, but it seemed fun. He was very excited about it, so I was like, I kind of want. I'm curious.
It's always like that, where it's like someone, like a friend or something, gets really excited about something, and it's like, I never had any interest before, but it's like my friend's fault. Yeah,
yeah.
Or the YouTube like search algorithm. That's how I got into VTubers.
Yeah, YouTube algorithms got me into a lot of like different subgenres of like games and music and everything. A lot of things.
Very true.
And there's also big money being tossed around.
Ooh. Yeah.
A few weeks ago, we covered an auction sale that sold like a Zelda copy for 750,000, and then that record got broken that same weekend by a Super Mario 64 copy for like 1.5 mil.
Mm-hmm.
And then that record got broken this weekend by an unopened copy of Super Mario Bros, which sold for over $2 million.
That's crazy. Yeah. See, this is what I've told everybody in my life. All the games that I own are an investment. All right?
Mm-hmm.
They're an investment.
Yeah. Dude, I just think of all the games I sold at GameStop as a kid. All the games that I
for like less than 20, like less than $10.
The game that haunts me to this day is selling Pikmin 1 and 2 for like scraps basically, and then wanting to go back and get those games, and then they're like $40-$50 if I want them on GameCube.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy.
True. GameCube games especially have risen really recently. I consider myself somewhat well versed on classic game reselling. And I feel like everything recently has jumped up dramatically. My pride and joy is having a copy of Earthbound that I got for $200, which at the time was insane, but now is worth over $400 for no box, just loose.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Where, did you get it from, I'm assuming, the local place?
The local game store, yeah. Okay. Support your local businesses, local game stores.
Like
or eBay. I don't know.
Yep. Support small businesses. The big companies, they don't need your money. They do, but make them work for it.
Make them work for it. Good point.
If you can get a product,
it's not like you're going to go into a GameStop anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
We went to a GameStop today. That's a funny story. I was just chilling with my cousin today, and then we just ended up being at our local smoothie shop at the same time. Mm-hmm. And we ended up going to the GameStop that's right next door, and it does feel like a mausoleum in there.
Yeah, that place was a crypt. I walked in, and like you could feel the AC blasting, and just like this place hasn't seen human life in days, man. It's rough.
Very true. Very true.
And then all of like the good catalogs of like old pre-owned games, just
they're gone. Yeah.
Yeah, just merch now.
It's just merch, just clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like those people that are keeping their money in that GameStop stock, it's like
I hope that's not still a thing.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer that place is gonna last, if I'm being honest.
To the moon. To the moon. No, but yeah, that was actually a very funny coincidence that we both ended up being at Blunders, because I just got off of another interview, so I was just I kind of want to relax, gonna eat real quick. So I was like, I'll stop by a smoothie place, and I saw the Santa Cruz shirt and Adidas NMDs. I'm like, there's like a 60% chance this is Julian. Like, it was me. Yeah, it was him. I was like, okay, yeah, I know this kid too well. Like, this kid will always have the Adidas NMDs. Like, it's his.
They're my everyday. They're my everyday runners, right?
I remember the first time you got them, and you're like talking about how much you love them. I was like, okay.
That was years ago now.
Mm-hmm.
Good memories. Yeah, I used to do the thing where you like for like the first 2 weeks that you get them, like you don't walk on like dirt or anything. You have to walk on the sidewalk. I would walk around stuff. Yeah, I had to do that because they were my first like hype shoes. I think I got. They're decent. They're decent. I like them. Yeah,
and then the interview is always a fun time. I think. I think at
you have fun
first
times
I was. Yeah, I actually enjoy them. I think I get nervous before the interview, but like when the interview is actually happening, I genuinely enjoy it. I think the only time I don't like interviews is when I have a feeling like I'm like incompetent for the role, so I feel like I'm like bluffing.
Right.
But if I feel like I qualify for the role, then I genuinely enjoy just talking to the person one-on-one.
Yeah.
But like before, like during that nervous period, I always listen. I listen to 2 songs for both my interviews. I'd always listen to the first song for Katamari on the Rocks on the Katamari Damacy OST, which is just like a completely nonsensical like opening main song. But like when you listen to that, you can't just not like smile and just like dang, this is just nonsense, and you don't even worry about what the heck you're not even stressed about what you're worrying about before.
Yeah.
And then after that, like to calm myself down, like to bring myself back to a level head, so I don't go in with like 150% energy. For the interview, I listened to like let me look it up. It was Anoko to Anoko by Makoto Tanaka. It was like a nice piano song. I was just like, oh yeah, I'm ready. Bring on the interview. And
see,
then,
that's nice. That's a smart. So when not too long ago, I was doing tests for college and stuff. My song of choice was a bit on the opposite end of that. Mine was Jesus Walks by Kanye West. I would go into a test like I was going into war. Okay. That's how I felt most of the time. Yeah, I would just and I would be playing it just by myself, like in my head, like while I was doing the test, just to like, I would just get angry during the test. I would just be like, yeah, I know what that is. All right.
How'd you perform on the test?
Decent. Most of the time, decent. It wasn't horrible. We'll take it. We'll take decent.
We'll take it. It was a fun interview process.
Yeah.
All the people I've talked to and met seem like really great people. So, hopefully I get the job.
And like you were saying, you do feel like that's a role that you could take on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand that you should shoot high, so sometimes you do have that feeling of like, you don't know the role till you're actually doing it. So there's always going to be that feeling of inconfidence. But if you just feel like you're a complete fish out of water, that's like the only time I don't feel great in an interview, because I just feel uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
But, when you're just talking to someone one-on-one, also the podcast really helped, getting used to talking like basically this kind of same format where, just looking at the monitor because it was Zoom interviews.
Right.
Where it's just like, this is kind of a bread and butter now for this point.
Yeah.
So then it just came down to, researching the company and, the people I'd be interviewing with, so that I have questions for both personal questions and company questions, just stuff like that.
Right. That's smart. That's always smart. Always smart to do research on the company you're going to interview with.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Always a good idea. Learn from our mistakes, or mine at least. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, we didn't post a prompt this week, but you want to just toss one out and then use that as a conversation?
Sure.
And then we'll go off that. And then probably end the episode, because that was all we had for the week as for topics. So I guess a topic that I saw trending was, what game series do you think should be revitalized? Like a completely dead series.
Oh, I have an answer immediately.
I think I know your answer.
Yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay. So it's Super Mario Strikers. Okay. This is a spin-off series of it's a Mario sports game. It's the best one there ever was. Okay. I don't know if it's because I'm Mexican, but I love soccer and I love Super Mario Strikers, and it's the game I'm best at. And I know there was the Wii game, Charged, that a lot of people like, but I still like the original GameCube version because it was simple, it was clean, it was fun. Mm-hmm. It was just everything that I needed from a game, actually, just as a whole. You had all the main characters, you had all the main cast. Waluigi was in it, okay? Even though I didn't even play him as Waluigi. He kind of sucked. But I played as Wario, actually. Wario was my main. But Wario with Hammer Brothers as the little sidekicks. You had sidekicks. You had a captain and sidekicks. But that game was just so much fun. It was just like you could like legit tackle somebody and like they would fly across the map and stuff like that. Like, and then you could hit them into like electrical walls on the sides of the court. Like, it was just like, that is like some of the most fun I've had playing. Like, that's the most video gamey game that I've like, one of the few like video gamey games that I've played where it feels like a video game and it's fun. I'm curious, what did you think I was going to say?
I thought you were going to say Mother.
Oh yeah. That's like,
but that's also due to
that's actually, I'm not sure how much I would want it to be, because that was like, that game is like so closely tied with its creator, like Shigesato Itoi. So he doesn't make games anymore. So I don't know how that game would really work without it's like the person who created the series. I don't know how it would work out. I'd have to see like one game made by somebody who's like, inspired by them. But I don't know how I would feel about another Mother game without Shigesato Itoi, like at the helm. Okay.
So, yeah, that makes sense then.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that there's for Super Mario Strikers, there's that like, we need to bring him back.
There's not, but for me, that's just personal. Okay. That's very personal to me.
Yeah. And then I guess for me, probably would be Fossil Fighters. I don't know why. I just have so much nostalgia. That DS game. It was. I think there was also a sequel, but I never played the sequel. But that original game.
I was going to ask you if there was a sequel, but
just was such a.
Yeah.
I still don't understand if the game was like that was a genuine plot, or if it was supposed to be like a satire on like a Pokemon plot.
That would be fun.
And if it was supposed to be, because like basically your kid goes on a ship to go to the wherever the island is called, and then all of a sudden the final boss is you facing like a world killer called like Gilgamesh or some shit. And I haven't played the game in years. But if it ever came back out, I'm buying it on a heartbeat. It really kind of defined like some of the games I like. It was because it was one of the first games that offered a choice mechanic. Because near the end, you have to choose who you save. In the end, like they're both characters that you are will be. It's just basically one will be in danger, and that like by the final boss, and then that's the person you choose to save. And I don't know, just it was very basic at the time, but. For me, who was new to that concept, I was like, oh, that's actually really cool. And then that's what got me to look up games that had multiple endings or multiple choices. And then that's what got me into like Nier, Catherine, which then Catherine got me into Persona.
Right.
It's stuff like that. That's just, the butterfly effect on my gaming, my time as a video game player.
I have a question related to this that we could both like talk about. What do you feel about Mass Effect getting a real sequel? Like when you're talking about choices, made me start thinking like a real sequel, like a direct sequel, or like a good sequel, because Andromeda sucked.
So are you saying like Mass Effect, the Mass Effect trilogy getting a sequel?
Yeah, getting like maybe like one more game. What would you feel about that? With some of the following some of the same characters that ended off at 3.
That's that would very much. I don't see it. I don't see it happening either. Yeah, the only reason that I say it wouldn't, well, other than it's probably disinterested in the company or in the series.
Yeah,
but then also it'd be something that EA has never done, which is very going back to the Nier franchise. It's the idea of multiple endings, and not one timeline is the canon timeline. Like. For Nier Replicants and Nier Automata, there, I think it's like ending E is the one that leads to Nier Automata.
Right.
But, you can still view endings A through D as their own canon timelines. And sometimes those timelines actually branch off into other spin-off material.
Right.
I don't see EA ever like
going
believing in that kind of going that deep, because for Mass Effect 3 it's that 3 endings, red, blue, green, and then I think the only one that could really have any semblance of a sequel is blue, where you control the Reapers. Red completely destroys them. Green is a synergy where creating new life between like the machine and people. I didn't really I don't know.
Spoilers for a very old game.
Yeah, but fucking a robot basically is the green ending.
Yeah. Interesting answer. Interesting. Yeah, I don't see EA doing anything complicated ever.
Yeah, unless there's a loot box mechanic.
Unless there's a loot box. Yeah.
They'll
you have to pay for the extra pathways. Yeah.
I miss Mass Effect. We're just watching, looking through all the old games, GameStop. It was really some great games.
Yeah.
And some of them I never had a chance to play.
Yeah.
But
that's interesting.
I think that about covers all the topics we have today.
Yeah, I think so.
Once again, support local businesses. The drop is not April. Forgive me. The drop is August 13th. Yeah. Get some comfy sweats. Wait.
They can't see me.
Get some sweats. I would recommend.
That's perfect.
Really. They are larger in size, so don't do I'll go a size up. Yeah. Go what your size is, and most likely it will be comfortable and maybe a little bit baggy. It's a very thick material for both their sweaters, shirts, and they're very durable in sweats.
There you go. All right, awesome. I think that was a good time. So I think we're going to sign out. If that's good with you, Robert.
Yep, that's good with me.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for joining us for the episode 15 of the Virtually Lost podcast. See you guys later.
See you next week.